Good afternoon. This is Tom Alexander. It is Sunday, October 20th. It is about 1 p.m. Eastern Time in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. This is the weekend stock market update that I publish each weekend. I hope you enjoy it. If you want more information regarding this update and other updates, please go to alexandertrading.com. And if you click on weekly update, you will see this update and others going back, I don't know, a couple of years, probably, or more. You click on weekend report, you will see all the charts in this. You will also see, you can get the PDF, and I will post the video in here. The videos from previous reports are posted here. Okay, so let's talk about the stock market. I don't think we can talk about the stock market without mentioning the backdrop that we're currently in right now. And that backdrop is that we are 2 weeks away from a very important election in the U.S. There are congressional seats as well as the presidential election. Many people have been expecting volatility heading into that election. So far, it has not shown up. VIX remains stubbornly elevated. I will point that out. So there is sort of an anomaly between the price action. VIX, typically when the market is as strong as this market has been, VIX drops or is very low. And while VIX came in a little bit last week, I'm going to show this chart in a bit. It still remains elevated, so market participants are sort of hedging their bets, literally, I think. But so far, the price action has been pretty calm and up. So we'll see what happens, but you just need to be alert because, the next month, really, I'd be really surprised if we don't see more volatility than we have seen. So, okay, let's talk about each of the indices and a little bit about the technical situation. We're going to start with the weekly charts. I typically just go to daily, but it's always good to look at different time frames. And when I say different time frames, I don't mean looking at a 1-minute chart instead of your 30 tick chart. It's always the longer term perspective is what is most important. It's what drives the shorter term perspectives. So we're going to do weekly this week, weekly and daily. You can see the S&P is trading basically an all-time highs. There's no quote unquote resistance above current levels. Everything above current levels is some form of magical guess in which I do not engage. Now, if we go down in time frame, a little more granular, and these levels are, again, if you're interested in these levels, you can go to the website, you can print the PDF out, or just go to the website, you can see them there. But the downside levels are pretty well defined. Let's go to the NDX. This is the weekly chart of the NDX, not monthly. But now the NDX has not made a new all-time high in quite some time, which is interesting, and it bears watching. Okay, if the NDX were to take out this 20,030 level before it takes out this all-time high, that's a heads up, and we'll have to revisit things if and when that occurs. Okay, let's look at the Dow. The Dow is trading a new all-time high ground in all time frames. This is daily. This is weekly. So it's just up and away in the Dow. And if we go to the Russell is, of course, the outlier. However, it is quietly trading really sort of in an elevator shaft. Now, we do have this high from back in the summer, but above this level, there's nothing until the Russell gets to an all-time high as well. Let's see, how far away are we? Let's see, this is about it. Well, we're still about 8% away. If we rally 8% in the Russell, no telling where the other indices go. But, we could. Okay, let's look at the New York Composite, which is trading in new all-time high ground. It's the broadest of the indices. It's every stock listed on the NYSE. This is daily. This is weekly. So it's a very, very, very strong. Well, the picture you're getting here, guys, is that we're getting participation across all of the indices. Now, there's some anomalies. I get that. There almost always are. But the trend is definitively higher. Now let's look at some of the internals. Okay, we landed on breadth. Now, I don't do complex technical stuff. Really the only information I use is information provided by the market itself. And specifically, I use NYSE data. The red line is a 10-day moving average of NYSE advancing issues. The green is a 5-day. And the histogram is breadth. And what you see here is you see a divergence between these higher highs and the indices and this intermediate term perspective of breadth. Now, in a bull trend, that doesn't, I mean, this can go on and on and on and on. It's something to keep an eye on. And, you know, I sort of fine tune this by watching breadth on a day-to-day basis. And we do this, you know, I publish, you know, I have a membership, publish a report daily. We update this stuff daily. If you're interested in that, you can go to the website, look under memberships. But this is updated daily. But this is something to keep an eye on. It's not necessarily bell ringing bearish. This work is much more effective at identifying lows than it is identifying highs, regardless of whether we're in a bull market or a bear market. We're most definitively in a bull market right now. Okay, the other bit of information that I am keeping a close eye on is volatility, VIX. And VIX has finally broken below this 20 level that it was hovering around, had been hovering around for quite a while. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week, we saw different lower closes in VIX, which is a net positive for the market, but still, it's elevated well above levels that you would typically expect with a market that has been this strong, and the price action has been this relatively tame. So that's where we are. But again, the trend in this market is higher. You're fighting the trend if you're trying to short it. Everybody always, especially retail traders, when you're trading in all-time highs, you see gurus coming out of the woodwork with all these arcane methodologies, picking market tops. If the market's making higher highs and higher lows, the trend is up. And until that changes, you want to either be flat or long or looking to get long. Now, you know, it's perfectly, you don't have to be in the market all the time. This is something I tell traders constantly, regardless of whether you're a day trader, or intermediate term trader, or whatever. You can wait. I mean, there are going to be some fantastic opportunities. I am totally convinced of that. Coming very soon, where things are a little bit more clear and we have this election behind us. So be careful, be safe out there. If you have found value in this, I would very much appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. You guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon.